Good morning, students. In my today class, we will take the group theory, which related to the symmetry. We know that symmetry relationship within the molecular structure provide the basis for a mathematical theory called group theory. Okay. So, what is the first? What is the definition of group? A group is a collection of elements which are interrelated according to certain rules. A set of elements are called to be a group in which all the elements of the group must obey the four fundamental laws, that is closure law, identity law, associate law and inverse law. So we will take the first closure law. What the closure law says? According to the closure law, the product of the two elements and square of each element must be the element of that particular group. If number one closure law, that is if A, B, C belongs to the group G, in which the product of the two elements A, B must be is equal to C, which belongs to group G. Also, the square of each element must be the element of the same group. For example, A square belongs to group G. Similarly, B square belongs to group G. C square belongs to the C. Answer of the C square belongs to the group G. Okay. If the multiplication AB is equal to BA, then commutative law holds good. In that case, that is AB is equal to BA, which is equal to answer C, which belongs to the group G. The element C belongs to the group G. Then it is commutative law holds good, and the group is said to be an abelian group. If AB is not equal to BA, then commutative law not holds good. So group is a non-abelian group. What is the second law? The second law is that identity law. Identity law. An element in the group which commutes with all other elements of the group and remaining unchanged, that element is called the identity element. For example, E is a identity element which belongs to the group G. When it is multiplied by all other elements, for example, you take the A, E into A, the answer is A only. So, the group must contain one element which is called the identity element, which commutes with all other elements and leave them unchanged. The third law in which the elements of the group must obey is the associate law of multiplication. The elements of the group must obey the associate law of multiplication, such as AB multiplied by C is equal to the A into B, C. If associate law of multiplication is obeyed, so then we can call a collection of the elements is a group. The one more group law is there, that is called the inverse law. Inverse law. So every element in the group must have its inverse element, so that A into A inverse belongs to the group G is equal to the answer B is equal to B, which belongs to the group G. A is an element in the group. A inverse is the element inverse of the element A, and when you multiply A into A inverse, the answer is B, which belongs to the group G. So that means every element in the group is having its inverse element, which is also belongs to the group G. So if the elements of all these elements if obeys all these four laws, then the collection of such elements is said to be group. Then what is the order of the group? As I said already, the order of the group is denoted by the small h, which is equal to the total number of elements in the group is called the order of the group. So this group properties of the elements can be applied to the symmetry group. Okay. So we will take the example of a particular symmetry group and then we will cross check whether the elements of the, that means symmetry group, follows the group law or not. First we will take the example water molecule. So example 1, H2O. So we know that H2O belongs to the point group C2V. C subscript 2VE. So how many elements present in the C2V point group? So there are 4 elements. Identity element E, C2 or C2 or C2 dash you can put it. C22 is again identity element, you should not be repetitive. And then the sigma V and sigma V dash. So you know that water is a bent molecule which contains H1 and H2. Okay. So you can place a water molecule in a single plane. So here Cartesian coordinates are very important. You keep this one as a x-axis, this one as a z-axis, and this one as a y-axis. Okay. So now the molecule is placed in a xz plane. So this you can keep it as a sigma V, and another plane so this is called the sigma V dash. So here sigma V is equal to sigma xz and sigma V dash is equal to sigma yz. So now we will work out the properties. We will take whether the elements of this C2V point group obeys the group properties or not. First we will cross check the first law, that is closure law. According to the closure law, the product of the two elements and square of an each element must be the element of the same group. You here except identity element, you choose the two elements C2 into sigma V. So we will check the product of two elements C2 into sigma V, and also we will check whether this group is an abelian or a non-abelian group, so that you also check the commutative law. So sigma V into, what is the answer of sigma V into C2? We will cross check. I put the question mark here. So later square of an each element we will check. First you take the water molecule H1, H2, then you do the C2. C2 means C2 is the rotational axis. You can pass the rotational axis through the oxygen molecule, oxygen atom, and rotate by 180 degree. If you rotate by 180 degree, theta is equal to 180 degree C2. So two hydrogen atoms are exchanged with each other, H2, H1. Then you do the sigma V. Sigma V is the vertical. There are two vertical planes, sigma V and the sigma V dash. Sigma V is the molecular plane. Sigma V dash is the plane which is passes on the oxygen atom and bisects the molecule into two halves. So now I took the sigma V itself. Sigma V means as such you can write, because it is a molecular plane. So H2 is in the same plane and H1 is same place and H1 is in the same place. This is obtained directly by doing sigma V dash. Sigma V dash is that you can pass the vertical plane on the oxygen atom and it bisects the molecule into two halves. Both halves are mirror images of each other, and when you do the sigma V dash, so you will get this answer. H2 and H1 is exchanged with each other. So that means C2 followed by sigma V is equal to the sigma V dash. Answer is sigma V dash. Similarly, we will cross check the sigma V into sigma 2. C2. sigma V is nothing but, as such you have to write H1, it is a molecular plane, H2, and then you do the C2, so that both the hydrogen are exchanged with each other, H2 and the H1. Okay. This is directly obtained by doing sigma V dash. Okay. So that means passing the, that means that taking the plane along the YZ. Okay. Reflection along the YZ. Okay. Answer in both the case, the answer is sigma V dash. Hence, okay, since AB is equal to BA, this group is abelian group. This C2V point group is an abelian group. Okay. So we also cross check the square of an each element. Square of an each element means you have to do the C2 two times and you will find out the answer. For example, already I done the C2 here, that the two hydrogen atoms is exchanged with each other. Again you do the C2. Theta is equal to 180-degree rotation, passing the rotation axis through the oxygen atom, and two hydrogen atoms are exchanged with each other, H1 and H2. The answer is E, because you will get the configuration as such of the original configuration. So C2 into C2, okay, C2 square, that is the answer is E, which is also belongs to the group G, sorry, group C2V. Okay, so we know that closure law holds good. We'll go for the second law, that is identity law. What the identity law says? There is an element which is present in the group which comments with all other elements and leave them unchanged. We know that means E multiplied by C2 gives rise to the same element C2. How it will be? For example, you can take the H1 and H2. This is the identity element because you are not doing anything on the molecule. Okay, and then you do this is the identity element itself, and then you do the C2, and this will be exchanged with each other, H2. First we will take the H1 and H2, then you do the identity element, the identity operation, then you do the rotation by theta is equal to 180-degree, we get the H2 and the H1. Straight away you can do the C2 on this molecule, and thereby you get the same answer. Okay. Hence E multiplied by C2, answer is C2. Similarly, E multiplied by sigma V gives rise to the same answer, sigma V. E multiplied by sigma V dash gives the same answer. So the elements of the group obeys the identity laws. Okay. Now we go for the associate law of multiplication. Associate law of multiplication is you choose the three elements. Okay. You accept E, I choose the C2 sigma V dash is equal to again C2 sigma V dash. According to the group associate law of multiplication, the product of C2 into sigma V then multiplied by sigma V is equal to product of sigma V into sigma V dash multiplied by C2. So we know that what is the answer of C2 into sigma V? C2 into sigma V, answer already we done this. C2 followed by the sigma V, answer is sigma V dash. Sigma V dash multiplied by the sigma V dash is equal to, okay, I will put the C2. So first we will do the sigma V and then you do the sigma V dash. So already we know when you do the sigma V into sigma V, answer is C2. That means vertical, taking a vertical plane, molecular plane, and then you are taking a vertical plane on the YZ, the answer will give rise to a C2. The sigma V dash into sigma V dash, two times, for example, I am checking this multiplication, H1 and the H2. First you do the sigma V dash. Sigma V dash means taking the plane, reflection along the YZ plane, So we can take we will get the H2 and H1 is exchanged with each other. Again you do the sigma V dash, and again here the H1 and H2 is exchanged with each other and gives to the original configuration. That is, the answer is E. Answer is E. So this answer I will write here. And also C2 into C2. Already we checked C2 square also is equal to the E. 2 times you are rotating the molecule by 180 degree. You will use the answer is the E. E is equal to E. So associative law of multiplication is also a holds good. The last one, inverse element, inverse law. That means every element of the group must having its inverse element. Yes. Then what is the, according to the inverse law? Okay. When you multiply the inverse element with that element, element with the inverse element gives rise to identity element. Which one will give the identity element? Already know here again. C2 multiplied by C2 gives rise to the identity element. Hence C2 is the inverse of the C2. Each element has its own inverse. Similarly, sigma V into sigma V is equal to E, sigma V dash into sigma V dash is equal to E. So every element in this abelian group is the inverse of its own. Okay. So inverse law is also a holds good. So all these elements of the group C2V point group obeys the group properties. Hence, okay, C2V is a completed and a formed group. We can accept this C2V as a group. So now we'll take the one more examples. So C3V point group. Okay. Then we'll go for the group multiplication table. C3V molecule, what is the example you can go give rise to C3V? C3V molecule, ammonia is a best example, and also a phosphine molecule we can also give rise to the gives the example. Both phosphine and ammonia belongs to the same point group. Okay, that is C3V point group. So what is the order of the group? In case of CNV, we know that means the order of the group is H is equal to 2N. Here hence the order of the group is H is equal to 6 elements. What are the 6 elements which are present in the C3V point group? We list the elements. Go for the C3V. C3V. There are totally 6 elements. One is the identity element, another one is the C31, then C32, then sigma V1, sigma V2, sigma V3. There is a 3 sigma planes which are present in the ammonia molecule. So H is equal to 6. So cross check the molecule, that is ammonia or a phosphine molecule, whether it obeys the group properties or not. So you take the ammonia as structure. It is a pyramidal molecule in which there are 3 hydrogen atoms, H1, H2 and the H3. So you know that means rotational axis can pass through the center of the, and thereby it passes through the nitrogen atom, and you can rotate by theta is equal to 120 degree, so that equivalent configuration will be obtained. Okay. So there are 3 vertical planes present here. Okay, sigma V1, sigma V2 and sigma V3. So here E I will not change here, just I am changing the C31 and C32. E is C33. 3 times rotation is equal to the identity element. Not doing anything on the molecule is also same as 3 times rotation. That will be 360 degree rotation, and that is C33. That's why I am not written the C33 elements, because C33 and E both are equal. C31, I will change the C31 as C3 plus. That is 120 degree 1 time rotation. C32, 120 degree 2 time rotation is equal to the C3 minus. Rotating the molecule in anti-clockwise direction 1 time is equal to the rotating the molecule 120 degree by 2 times. If you rotate the molecule by 2 times, then the answer is same as that of the molecule is rotated by anti-clockwise 1 time. Hence C32 I am changing the C3 minus. So similarly sigma V1, in which vertical plane passes on the H1 and nitrogen atom and making apart the H2 and H3, and sigma V2, that is vertical plane which is passes on the nitrogen and H2 and apporting the H1 and H3, and sigma V3 a vertical plane which is passing on the H3 and nitrogen atom making apart the H1 and H2. So now we will cross check the group properties, and also we will check whether the group is an abelian group or a non-abelian group. The first one, I choose the answer of C3 plus and the sigma V1. What is the answer? And also we will check whether the commutative law holds good or not. Also we will check it, sigma V1 and the C3 plus. What is the answer? So first we can rotate. You know, that means here one thing you have noticed that the plane is fixed. Okay, the plane is not changed with the changing the atoms. When you are changing the rotating the molecule, okay, and then you are taking the plane of symmetry, the sigma V1 is in the same place where exactly the nitrogen and HN is. If the H1 position changes and H2 comes here, then the sigma V1 is in the same plane only. So you can understand further here. C3 plus and the sigma V1. What is the answer of the C3 plus and the sigma? Rotate the molecule by 120 degree, and there is a position of the hydrogen atoms changes. H1 comes here, H3 comes here, and H2 comes here. So this is the obtained by the C3 1 or C3 plus. Then you are taking do the sigma V1. The sigma V1 means you have to keep the sigma V1 here. There is a hydrogen H2 is here, and in that plane H2 and nitrogen is remaining. Only H1 and H3 exchange with each other. Nitrogen and H2, and here H1 and the H3. Okay. So this is obtained by doing directly sigma V2, sigma V3. If you do directly sigma V3, this will be the answer. How it will be? You put the plane here which passes on the nitrogen and H3, and H1 and H2 exchange with each other. The answer is sigma V3. Similarly, we will try the sigma V1 and C3 plus here. For this one, first this is the original molecule. You do the sigma V1. If you do the sigma V1, H2 and H3 exchange each other, and H1 is in the same plane, H3 and H2 exchange with each other. Then you are doing the C3 plus. C3 plus is the rotation by 120 degree on this molecule. Nitrogen and all these positions changes. H1 comes here, H2 comes here, and H3 comes here. The 120 degree clockwise rotation. Okay, C3 minus means 120 degree anti-clockwise rotation. Here this is obtained by directly. If you from this, so this is obtained by directly by doing the sigma V2. If you take the sigma V2, H3 and H1 exchange together, whereas H2 is in the same plane. The answer is sigma V2. Since AB is not equal to the BA, so this group is non-abelian group. This group is non-abelian group. C2 weak point group is an abelian group, whereas C3 weak point group is non-abelian group. Similarly, you can go and check that means associate law of multiplication by choosing the elements. That is 3 elements you can take. The answer is, that means sigma V1, sigma V2, sigma V3 you can choose. That is equal to sigma V1 into sigma V2, sigma V3. First you do the multiplication of sigma V1 and sigma V2, then you multiply with the sigma V3. Here first you do the sigma V2 and sigma V3, then you multiply with the V1. Okay. The answer is the sigma V1 multiplied by sigma V2. You can cross check and you will get the answer. Here you will get the answer. The sigma V1 and multiply by sigma V1, the answer is C3 minus. Okay. So then C3 minus multiply by the sigma V3, that is equal to, okay, sigma v1, sigma v2 multiplied by the sigma v3. The answer is again sigma v1 and the sigma v2 multiplied by sigma v3 is answer is c3 minus sorry sigma v1 and sigma v2 multiplied by this one is also answer is c3 minus and sigma v2 multiplied by sigma c3 the answer is c3 minus. Okay. The answer when you go for the c3 minus and the sigma v3 the answer is sigma b and here also you go for the answer is sigma b. So both are equal. So associate law of multiplication is also holds good. Okay, hence okay. So and also when you go for the identity element, when you multiply by the element, when you multiply by the each element with the identity element gives the same element. Similarly, so each element of the group is having its own inverse. For example, C3 plus is the inverse of the C3 minus. C3 minus is the inverse of the C3 plus. Since C3 plus and C3 minus is equal to, answer is E. So similarly, sigma V1 is the inverse of the same element. Okay, because sigma V1 into sigma V1 gives the answer is E. Okay, and sigma V2 multiplied by sigma V2 gives the E. Similarly, sigma V3 multiplied by sigma V3 gives the E. So hence all these elements obeys the group properties. Hence, so C3V can be called as a group. Okay, thank you.